بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا الا ما علمتنا انك انت العليم الحكيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الحمد لله رب العالمين حكيم Ujoku àjẹ̀kúwá sí program láti àti wà nígbà abẹ́ ọlọ́run wà ní ẹ̀sìn fún wa ó jẹ́ ká bá níbi tó lórí. Family forum nǹkan tó ní ká bára wa sọ òun ni parenting techniques handling Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Gen Z Generation Z and Generation Alpha. So, ó máa wà interactive nítorí family forum ni. Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ sọ ẹ̀mú fẹ́ throw àwọn ìbéèrè kan sí wa, mo lè fẹ́ ká answer. Nílùú wa la rò bí parenting today is harder than before. Nílùú wa la rò bí parenting today is harder than before. Nílùú wa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n wọ̀ wá. If they appreciate it, we need to make this discussion. Good. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé kí ni àwọn ìpèníjà tàrùbá ń face with children and teenagers? Can we mention some? If we appreciate it, we need to know the parenting techniques. A gbọ́dọ̀ lò bá ṣe máa tọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa. A gbọ́dọ̀ mú ọ̀nà owó lá máa gbà. Káàfin ní kábàámọ̀ láyé àgbáyé. So kí ni àwọn ọmọdé rò pé ó jẹ́ ìpèníjà fún wa pẹ̀lú face pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ wa àti àwọn teenagers.
Mọ́ ẹ bá ń ṣe kí ní náà yẹ kó lọ rẹ̀. Síkà kan ní ẹ̀.
More observe faith was strong. Then what one issue our issue. What I say one also. Because of the pollution of the environment, because of a lot of things, one salary, a lot of them.
Because see, a very distraction, especially the use of social
Àwọn tún ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ.
Ó mú sọ pé ní civilization làwọn rò.
Kí ló jẹ́ ọ̀nà parenting techniques jẹ́ ọ̀nà wo là ń gbà láti fi tọ́ ọmọ? Kí ni àwọn ọ̀nà various ways tó gbà lè lò láti fi tọ́ ọmọ ní àsìkò táwa, especially pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ Gen Z àti Gen Alpha? Ká tó lọ síbẹ̀, parenting techniques are the methods, strategies, and approaches parents or guardians use to raise, guide, discipline, and support the development of their children. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá note bá ṣe ń define kìíní yẹn. They are the methods, strategies, method, strategies, àti approaches parents or guardians use to raise, to guide, to discipline and support the development of their children. These are the ways parents train and care for their children to help them grow into responsible, well-behaved and successful individuals. Ìdí tá fi gbọ́dọ̀ ní good parenting techniques. Òun náà ni pé a fẹ́ achieve gbogbo àwọn tí mo kà yìí. A fẹ́ tọ́ àwọn ọmọ sódà tí wọ́n ìta bá ti lọ́nà bá ti gbà fún wa. Tọ́lọ́n bá gbà fún wa níbi ọ̀nà tá à ń gbà láti tọ́ àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Nǹkan tá a fẹ́ achieve níbẹ̀ ni pé káwọn ọmọ yẹn grow into responsible, well-behaved, and successful individuals. And some of these problems that we are identifying it, because we are looking at it that watching law, gbogbo àkọ́tà ń sọ fún wọn tó ọ̀gbọ́ yìí, àwọn àkọ́tà ń rí ní ìpèníjà yìí kò lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n achieve some of these things. So parenting techniques all include how parents teach values and morals. Báwo la wá gangan, báwo la ṣe ń kọ́ wọn ní the values àti morals tó jẹ́ kó jẹ́ Islamic values and the morals of the society. Ọ̀nà wo la wá gan gbà kọ́ wọn? It's one thing we have to check. Ṣé mo pé àwa wà lápá kan gẹ́gẹ́ bí òbí? Most of us ó dà pé generation X ni wá. Àwọn millennium tún wà lẹ́yìn wa. Ká tó rí Gen Z àti Gen Alpha. So ọ̀nà wo la máa gbà láti fi teach values and morals? A gbọ́dọ̀ fi ojú wò ó. Àbí ọ̀nà tá à ń gbà fi teach values àti morals òun ló ní kélẹ̀kì ló ní question mark ni àbí kí ni a gbọ́dọ̀ wò. Then discipline or correct behavior. Ọ̀nà wo la fi discipline or correct behaviors of our children? We have to look at that too. Communicate with their children. Báwo la ṣe ń gbà bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀? Báwo la ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn? Ṣé communication flow? Àbí nítorí kò sí communication la ṣe ní problem? So these are the things we have to look at. Then how do we show love, care, and support children? Ṣé à ń fìfẹ́ bá wọn? Ṣé àwọn à ń care fún wọn? Àbí torí àwọn nǹkan yìí tó yẹ ká ṣe àṣẹ wọn láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ tó yẹ ká tọ́mọ ni a fi rí negative effect láàṣẹ. We have to check ourselves. A máa lọ sí parenting techniques nani. So olúkúlùkù wa àwa wo intercourse. What kind of parents are we? Class will afford. I'm going to list out the different kinds of parenting techniques that we have. So, look at because every home only parenting techniques don't know. By the time we mention some of these things, we'll be able to know where you fall in. So, all these things we are now enabled to be able to make adjustments. These are the kind of children we are giving back to today, and the generations of our own. Then, how do our parents guide emotional, social, and intellectual development of their children? How does she guide them? They are human beings. They have emotions. Just as we too have emotions. I want to need emotions. I want to need emotions. And they interact in the society. They have social development. And they have intellectual development. Kí ni ọ̀nà owó là ń gbà tàbí take care aspect about take care aspect rárá a kò fi mọ́lẹ̀ and all these areas must be taken care of for us to be able to kalẹ̀ for us to yàrá ìpè yes we are using a method láti lè rí ọmọ tọ́ because they are necessary for their well-being. So, handling means the manner in which a parent deals with a child in different situations to guide and support him or her. Ọ̀nà tẹ́ máa ń gbà tó bá any situation ọmọ ẹ bá bá rẹ̀ àbí tó bá wà ìlú ọ̀nà wo lẹ̀ ń gbà láti guide ọmọ yẹn àti láti support. How do you react? How do you react when a child misbehaves? Báwo la ṣe ń react? Tó bá bá ṣì wà àti tó ṣe nǹkan fún wa. We all have different ways to react to them. Ẹlòmíì inú wa èpè ni. Ẹlòmíì inú wa ànàpamọ́ òkú. Tábà ti fún lábàrá lọ́tún àti fún lọ́sí. Àbí ká tiẹ̀ máa wọ́lẹ̀ àbí ká mọ́ ọmọ orókù. Ṣé ọ̀pẹ láyé ìgbà tiwa yẹn tó bá ṣe ní nonsense? Before you even land, o ti bá ìgbárùn létí. Wọ́n ò lè bí ẹja kó tiẹ̀ ṣéèkì. Tó bá tún ṣéèkì báyìí, wọ́n tún gbá mi. àbíkọ́ tó máa lọ mọ́ ọmọ ológun náà lórí àmàlà ó tún fi gbẹ́ ẹ lórí. So these are handling. How do we handle? How do we respond to emotions like anger, sadness, and excitement? When a child is angry, when a child is sad, when a child is excited, how do we as parents handle it? It's very important. How do we give instruction? How do we make corrections? How? It differs from parents to parents. People who actually give instruction for our mama, correct wọn, tó bá ṣe anything, ó yàtọ̀. So these are the things we have to look into. How do we show patience, care, and understanding? Báwo la wá gbọ́ fún ara wa? Báwo la ṣe show patience to them? Tó fi ń rí. Tó máa fi jẹ́ ìgbẹ́jẹ́ báwọn náà máa emulate in us. These are things we have to look at. How do we maintain discipline while still showing love? You are disciplining a child, but you are still showing love. Do we find ourselves in such situation? These are things we can be microscope before we start giving blame to the parties and to Obi and Omo. So this leads us to who are Gen Z. I want to Gen Z. Our Gen Z, they are people born roughly between 1997 and 2012. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tá bá bí láàárín 1997 títí dé 2012 Gen Z ni wọ́n. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tá bá bí láàárín 1997 yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ bọ́ sí millennium, kò tó fara pẹ́ Gen Z. So, ó possible ọmọ tó bá bí 1997, ìwà millennium ṣì máa wà lára ẹ̀. Ìwà millennium ṣì lè wà lára ẹ̀. A ṣì fara pẹ́ àwọn Gen Z, kò ní pọ̀ tó àwọn tó wà ní 1998. Àwọn tó wà ní 1998 tí wọ́n máa burú gan ju tó ní 1997 yẹn, because àwọn 1997 yẹn wọ́n ti fẹ́ jápọ̀ mọ́ millennium, àwọn tó bí ní millennium. So, àwọn tó ń jẹ́ Gen Z nìyẹn. So wọ́n fẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ ká tó lọ sí Gen Alpha máa wo àwọn yẹn náà, àwọn wo ni kiri. Then kí ni àwọn features? Kí ni àwọn features tó yẹ pé a máa rí nínú àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà between this age group, Gen Z and tó jẹ́ Gen Z between 1997 and 2012. So that táwọn náà bá dá àwọn ọmọ ká tètè máa put wọn sí place wọn. Ibo lọmọ tèmi false, ìgbà wo ni mo bí? So that is máa fi mọ àwọn characteristics features rẹ pé ó wà pẹ̀lú wọn. Kábà lè appreciate it. Àkọ́kọ́ ni wọ́n ní digital natives. They grew up with smartphones, internet and social media. Wọ́n dàgbà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ nínú. Ṣé mo gbẹ́ngbà táwa dàgbà? Mo rántí nígbà tí bàbá mi kú. Wọ́n gbé èèyàn dìde láti ó wá sọ fún mi ní Ìlọrin pé dádì mi ti kú. Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń múra kí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ lọ sí Èkó lọ bá kíní nù. Ẹmọ yá wà sọ fún mi lọ láti Èkó tó fi wá sí ìdílé. But àwọn eléyìí, there is smartphones, there is internet, there is social media, wọ́n dàgbà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Àkọ́kọ́ feature yìí. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni they are tech savvy, very comfortable using apps, gadgets and online platforms. Kò sí ìkànnì tó wà lórí fóònù tí yẹ pé wọ́n lè ṣe. Even ìgbà míì gan, you remember we call them, wọ́n ní ìbọn tó ṣe fún mi, wọ́n tún ti jáwọ́ ní ọdún tí wọ́n ní wọn jáwọ́ ní ẹ̀tẹ̀ kìíní nìkan tẹ̀tẹ̀ yìí lọ́ fi ṣe kìíní. Àwọn báńkì yìí bí ìbọn tó ṣe, they will explain everything to you. You don't know when you are holding the phone. Tó yẹ pé o ti tẹ̀ kankan bóyá àgbàdo ní kẹ́ máa tẹ̀, ìwé kan rẹ̀ kàn tẹ̀ ó tọrọ ọ̀mọ̀ ó tẹ̀ wọ́n ti wá ṣe nǹkan kan tó ní fóònù ẹ̀ bóyá lọ́ọ̀kì ẹ̀ ìyàbọ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan fún ọ ní. Mi ì rí yóò pé mi ì rí nǹkan kan ṣe mọ́ lórí fóònù yìí. Ṣúkúrọ̀ ó yá wá kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìtẹ̀ nǹkan kan ní àmọ́ mi ẹ ti tẹ kí ní ẹ̀yìn lè fọwọ́ tẹ lẹ́yìn. Ibo ló ti kọ? Ṣé ẹ lọ sí Femtech? they are tech savvy. So they are comfortable. Anything. Even the manufacturer exam, one may apply for Kakalori online. Without them going to read any book. One may tell you what they say, one may not worry. They are plenty one penny. When you download your app in the bank, need that to see bank, my buy in Shelly for me. If you want my love, I lost in Play Store. I want to the Play Store. Open my Play Store, Daniel. Don't my buy it download. So, Kevin Mope, that is, they grew up with such things. So, anything was tech savvy. Àti ìwọ ìyá tó wà tech savvy. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ dọ́gba in terms of? Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ káàkiri ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe àwọn kankan tí wò ó? Àwọn tó bá tẹ̀ nǹkan mi tí wọ́n tí o tiẹ̀ lè lọ síbi fún mi láti sọ pé o fẹ́ stop kankan àbí o fẹ́ kórè kankan kò possible. Even sometimes because of the way we behave to some of these children, some of our children want to block you at the bed. Oh, they read the topics on his status here. You watch now, Roti Yama and Shekini Dada, Shukura and Shekini Dada. I'm a bit of money Shukura. One more on his status. What is block here, oh, Larry? Oh, Larry, I don't need only. So, they are fast learners. They prefer quick information like video, short content, chats. Woman learn fast. Wọ́n fẹ́rẹ̀ gbé. Kí wọ́n wá jókòó sí nǹkan kó máa ṣàlàyé látàárọ̀. Kó máa ṣàlàyé. They are not interested in that. What do you have to say? Fi kọ́kọ́ explain every denote ẹ̀ka gbé sórí kí a continue nǹkan mi. That is their features. They are independent thinkers. They like to express their opinions on all issues. One new opinion. One no opinion here. It's now the government of one. He tell me what I go but mommy, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé tí ẹ mọ̀ pé kò tí ẹ wà ókè ní life our báyìí ṣe mọ̀ wọ́n ní opinion. You can't force your opinion on them. If they want to respect you, they will keep quiet. It doesn't change what is in their mind. It doesn't. So they are independent thinkers. So if you want to have a you have to look for a way of handling them. They will respect your thinking and you people will your view. But people want to say, wọ́n fẹ́ mọ ìdí tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Wọ́n fẹ́ mọ ìdí tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀. O lè gbọ́dọ̀ lè ṣàlàyé. Tó o bá lè ṣàlàyé o ní point. Tó jẹ́ o ní point o. Wọ́n kàn respect ẹ pé you are my mother. Àwọn ọmọ mi kò sọ nìyẹn. Wọ́n ti gbọ́. Kò gbà ó gbọ́ ni kò gbà. So let us look at these features. Ká mọ àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ characteristics àwọn tá a bá bí lásìkò. Káwa náà as parents, whether we are old school or not, tí o bá fẹ́ study nǹkan tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ ní àbáyọrí rere lórí ẹ̀, you need to know nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe mí kí ni àwọn characteristics ẹ̀ kí ọ̀nà wo ni mo máa gbé gbà, because if you don't know it, how do you go about it? It means that tó o bá appreciate the features wọ̀nyẹn ọ̀nà tí wọ́n máa gbà náà so kò wá ní jọra wọn a máa wá dà ní pé à ní conflict. But when you have known that they are independent thinkers, before you give them anything, you will have studied very well what you are going to present to them. You must have facts. They believe in facts. Even if you have to open the Quran and tell them Allah says this, don't just say, why must it be like this? Because the Surah said it happened during the Prophet's time like this. Don't say, kọ́tọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ṣe ẹ̀sìn àwọn ọ̀tá màmá wa lẹ́nu àtàwọn lẹ́nu nǹkan tí mo bá sọ fún ẹni kò ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ má bínú. Yes, then value diversity. They accept different cultures, beliefs, and lifestyles. They accept it easily. Even by Islamic cultures, our cultures come what where I want to think about it. You know bad now. Our look at it. Don't go to this one. Don't go to this one. You are okay. Our girl, one bed down. Huh? Even one bed down. But keep letting the people go down. Kill try now. Culture. I want to know about one penny now. They might criticize more by them. That is their features because of the time talking or see. So I want to appreciate it. Can't feel more about my come if you are doing. Talk them out. I'm appreciating one. Or no, no, my that's my feel. Without going outside Islam, it will help us for us to have a good understanding. As teachers, when you enter the class and you want to teach any level, you must know the levels of your learners and you come down to their understanding. That is what you are trying to say. Oh, the day Primary 1 say go where call Isheko. Or not to man, but that's the call Primary 1. We have to finish Primary 4 and 5. In go to man, lock only Primary 4 and 5. Only the call we know to call Primary 1. So that is what we are talking about. Then short attention span. Prefer engaging and interactive content to lengthy and boring lecture sessions. They don't like lengthy lecture sessions. Kawa joko biba. Kama she lecture láti 4 till the morning. What the boss on phone what the painting. They what the one Canada. What the one Russia. What the one another world. One man go, what they say, no one tell us to respect you when they have to come and hear you. They can never see the phone words. What in learn, what in chance, and he let me, they want to shut up. And she's one or a pickup. I did have my love. So, one lucky or a two peg, repeated, one hour, come as a woman, and yeah, bye, but go on, Shelley, and you go to one day or a bye. You are not interested. Mommy, don't say what you want. Kill a face of Gongo. Kill a face of Gongo. Kill the coco. Why do you kill the coco? And who coco daddy? So that is the era they find themselves. So Emma, whoa, can I compare our life with our world? Fast exposure. They learn things earlier due to internet access. I want to be woman or kiakiani. Or see the internet. Even some of us that do not even do our responsibility to some of our children to want to reach marriageable age 2013 to 2025. I want now, Tawele go to Lagbara do our Gen because I'm fully digital generation of war. They are born into a world of artificial intelligence, tablets, and smart devices. What people want to see AI. They are highly visual learners. They prefer videos, animation, and interactive learning. In fact, this we have to input it into our children's program. Children are not listening to no one. They are not interested in that. Wọ́n jókòó kọ́ máa ṣe wáàsí kí brother Mọ̀súdù kan wá kó wá ṣàṣọ̀rọ̀ láti àárọ̀ títí dago méjì o. A lè ní projector, animation, àwọn stories of Sahaba. A máa play fún wọn from one to the other. Àwọn adab of going out, of sleeping, orí kìíní ẹ̀rọ ti máa máa rí, and it will be telling them to do how. They will be so happy and they will learn well. They will be interested. But the person who is pé ó yá ẹ ṣe program ẹ fọ wọn jọ ó yá ẹ̀yẹ wá ṣe tàbí ìsúrájú kìíní kan fún wọn bóyá àwọn ẹ̀ ń ti tẹ̀lé gbọ́n mọ́lẹ́ wọn bá yíra wọn nìkan ní eléyìí gbẹ́bí lójú eléyìí náà ni eléyìí jẹ́ kankan àwọn náà ti pọ̀ jù children program yìí lágbára yé àti bẹ́ẹ̀ kú àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ dààmú wa ni ẹgbẹ́ projector sílẹ̀ ẹ wá fi ṣe ẹbí cartoon tó sọ nípa ẹ̀sìn sí ó náà tó bá pẹ̀ wọ́n nílò kírun tó bá so these are the relevance of we knowing who this our Gen Alpha and Gen Z are. About some features, it will help us in interacting with them. It will help us to plan for our children, and they will be interested in what we are doing. But if we are still living in our own old school, we will have problems with them. It's not unshaking. Many problems for me. But what we live at, as you understand the one, in what I'm saying now, and work towards what I'm saying. They will be interested in what we are carrying, what I'm making here. If the money program, we have to make a program. Money, maybe we have a program here. Nítorí memory àwọn nǹkan tó ti rí yẹn ó sì wà nínú ààbẹ̀. So we have to take note of that. Àwọn náà they have short attention span. Wọ́n fẹ́ ẹjọ́ tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Ṣókí lọ́bẹ̀ ògèlú. Then they are curious and explorative. Wọ́n curious gan. Wọ́n máa fẹ́ mọ̀ why this, why that. Àwọn ọmọ Gen Alpha, you must tell them what, why, and how. Kí ló dé fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀? Yes, ó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá sọ kankan fún wọn, tó o bá wọ́n máa bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ pé, mommy, why did you do this? Wọ́n rántí gbọ̀gbọ̀ àwọn aṣọ tó mọ̀ pé àwọn aṣọ tó gbà tó máa sọ bad word. Ìjọkùn ìkan lára àwọn sisters ẹ̀ wá sọ, ọkọ ni, orí òpin náà kí ni kò ní. Bad language, don't say that again. What is up? Even when I'm trying to scold him, he will tell me, Grandma, don't shout at me. Grandma, don't shout at me. Don't shout at me. What should I say for you? They go for 50 and who were expressive, who were curious. Wọ́n ṣe àwọn ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún ẹni ẹ̀yí ìgbàlùgbà tó bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbàlagbà. Kò sí ìtọ́kàn ọ̀pá ẹ̀. It is the bíkọ́ bó ṣe bí wọn. Then another thing I gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ lára features in Gen Alpha ni pé they are highly influenced by parents. They are highly influenced by parents. Ìgbọ́ tó bá rí ẹ̀ tó ń ṣe. Ìgbọ́ tó bá rí ẹ̀ tó ń ṣe. Because of my relationship, they want to do it. Even to buy joke, you will see them sitting down sometimes to pray. Why are you sitting and stand up and pray? They are not you are sitting down to pray. Because all of you, what at that point in time is the right thing. So, which tells us that we need to be very careful if we want to succeed in training them. I don't know what features. I don't know about what I said from bad. Gbogbo àwọn kìíní báwo lọ ṣe máa bá wọn lò báwo lọ ṣe máa ṣàlàyé fún wọn nígbà láti mọ̀ pé bó ṣe rí rè. So let's not go. So nígbà láti mọ̀ features Gen Z àti Gen Alpha. Àti mọ̀ àwọn tó wà ní that age kìíní. So we now want to move to the different types of parenting techniques. Every one of us will be able to appreciate how sincerely. One thing job when we ṣe program with people. By telling our parents, they were telling us some things. One of my daughters was telling me, Mommy, a girl. She ain't go by Mommy. She's telling us. She ain't go. So our parenting techniques, ìtọ́mọ oríṣiríṣi ta ní àti irú òbí ta ní, irú àwọn different types of òbí ta ní, àti bó ṣe máa ń tọ́mọ. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ni authoritative parenting. Authoritative parenting. Ṣẹlẹ̀, they are firm, but they are loving. One man set rules, other man explain. They will set rules for their children, and they will explain why those rules are like that. Just as I go on farm, you come back and relation. They are still loving towards them. Good one here, authoritative parenting. They're not only authoritarian parenting. Authoritarian parenting. Oh yeah, that's authoritative. Sharing authoritarian parenting, they are very strict and controlling. They are very strict and controlling. One lekokoko, one dem man carry every affair away. Everything. Oh, they are flying at you. Rules must be obeyed without questioning. What's the matter in here? You got to pass it now. Oh, Sheban, oh, Woga. Say, what do you go say? You know, be a shepherd here. Maybe not shepherd here. That is authoritarian parenting. They don't allow questioning. Not question, what is all they question you. That is another kind of teacher mode. Then we have our authoritarian parenting. We have little love or emotional support. They don't. Do it because I said so. Do it because I said so. Nítorí mo sọ o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ni. That is that kind of parents. Then we have permissive parents. Àwọn eléyìí. They are very lenient and indulgent. Oh, bá ṣe ọmọ kékeré ni kò ní ìlú kò ṣe nǹkan kan. Ẹjọ́ máa ṣe náà, ó sì máa gbọ́n, ó sì máa mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe. They don't even have rules. They don't set boundaries. Mommy, I want to go to the cinema to go and watch film. Okay, how much is it? Well, let me send it to you. Don't be late, oh. Don't come on late, oh. Hold on here. Mommy, mo ń lọ sí Shoprite. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan invite mi sí kíní kan. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kejì kíní kan. When ìgbà wo ni bí around 8 p.m. ni 8 p.m. Ajẹ́ máa títí 10 or 11 wọ́n máa parí. Má pẹ́ o. Màá ní kí driver wá gbé ẹ tó bá ti ṣe tán. That is permissible parenting. Then we also have neglectful parenting. They are not involved in the development process of children. Bàbá ò dá sí. Ìyá kan kò ráyè. Àwọn Ọlọ́run ló ṣàǹṣàánú àwọn ọmọ. So, no guidance, no attention, no care. Wọ́n mọ̀ bóyá ọmọ máa jẹun gan. Bóyá lè ti fílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú neighbor kan. Bóyá in 2 days time or 3 days time ló máa wá. Ló máa délé. Àwọn ọmọ àṣà máa wá bó ṣe máa survive ṣá. Ọlọ́run ló wọ ọmọ wéèrè. Ọlọ́run máa ṣe wá ní ròbí náà. They not only helicopter parenting. Helicopter. Gbogbo ọlọ́mọ helicopter náà. Àwọn ọmọ helicopter ṣe máa ń fò. Báwo ló ṣe máa ń fò? Overprotective and over-involved. Even ọmọ tó ti jẹ́ 16 or 17 years. Tó bá fẹ́ lọ print out WAEC result ẹ̀ tẹ̀lé lọ. Tó bá lọ sí school bóyá wọ́n lọ wọlé ní school. Ìwọ náà ti jẹ ìwé àjọ ọlọ́kọjà ní. Ṣé mo pé torí ẹ̀ ní jáǹbẹ̀ olóyèdè ní yíyà tó kọjá ìjàmbá kò jẹ́ kí àwọn ọ̀dà èjì kò jẹ́ kó wọ yunifásitì jẹ́ tó bá lọ ṣe jáàbù náà ní pé káwọn pẹ́rẹ́ǹtì máa sùn mọ́ àwọn ọmọ torí òun pé ọmọ tó máa wọ yunifásitì kí ló tún sì ní láti máa tẹ̀lé káàkiri lè jẹ́ kó ṣe ẹni tí mọ̀ ìṣẹ́wọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ àfi kẹ́ wọ ẹlòkọ́pítà kẹtẹ̀ ní débẹ̀ inú ẹlòkọ́pítà lẹ́bà àti ìyá àti bàbá ọmọ náà wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ lè bà gbogbo bí lè bá sí so you don't even allow the children to think àti gbàgbé pé one day we will not be living and these children wọ́n máa gbélé ayé wọn. So it is still part of the títọ́ ọmọ we have to agbọ́dọ̀ tọ́ wọn ìsọ́jú ìjọ pé tí anything bá happen suddenly they can stay on their own they can live life without you. So I need helicopter parenting. A tún ní positive parenting. Àwọn eléyìí they focuses on encouragement and good behavior. They use reward and praise instead of punishment. Tó wọ́n bá ṣe nǹkan tó dáa, wọ́n á kí i. Tó bá mórí wọn, wọ́n á ṣe wá reward ẹ̀. Ṣé o bí most of us ní ìmọ̀ category parenting ti afford sí gbogbo ara máa answer question ẹlẹ́mìí ara wa. Kí lẹ wí? So ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa gan even now ọmọ bá délé bóyá wọ́n ń gba report sheet tó bá délé in the family àmọ́ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe wọ́n no reward no punishment kí ló dé wọ́n wá gbé kí ló gbé náà third ta ló gbé first Mubashiro gbé first wọ́n wá gbé third kí ló dé tí wọ́n fi lè gbé first ò ṣe dáadáa tó ò ṣe dáadáa tó next time káfí ó gbé first ní ìbára nǹkan fún ẹ òtí tó ló jẹ́ third ló gbé ò ṣe dáadáa ọmọ ìyá ọmọ pé kò tiẹ̀ sí yìí kankan so but our positive parenting they focus on encouragement and good behavior and they use reward and praise instead of punishment. They also build strong parental-child relationship. Ìbáṣepọ̀ tó bá wà láàárín àwọn àtọmọ wọn ó máa ń strong. Positive parenting. So let's move to handling Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Regardless of the generation children belong to and the parenting techniques adopted. Parenting is not just about raising children, but about raising righteous individuals. Ṣé wọ́n pé nínú Suratu Tahrim chapter 66 verse 6 Ọlọ́run sọ pé àwọn òṣèlú láì lọ́jọ́ olùyá wàkúndù annasu wal hijara alayha malaikatu ghiladun shidad la ya'suna Allaha ma amarahum yaf'aluna ma yu'marun. Ọlọ́run ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbàgbọ́ ó ní ẹ̀ṣọ́ ara yín àti àwọn ọmọ yín kúrò níbi iná tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn àtòkúta la máa fi kó àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ń gáàdì ẹ̀ tó ń ṣọ́ àwọn màláíkà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lágbára wọ́n yes wọ́n ọ̀dẹ̀ kí n dì sóbì ìfọ́lọ́ bá ní kọ́ ṣe. This is to tell us that parenting is not a small business. It's an amano. It's an amano. It is a responsibility and trust from Allah. Parenting have the mandate of ensuring that children are handled in a way that will guarantee that both the parents and the children attain the pleasure of Allah and not His punishment. And this is attained strictly by abiding by the Islamic child upbringing approach and methodology. Islamic approach that will achieve parenting. It must be a balance. If it is not balanced, then One of the hadiths of the prophet, only khairukum khairukum li ahlihi wa ana khairukum li ahli. The best of you are those who are the best to their family, but I am the best to my own family. I know the big paper for my way. We should be the best. We should relate well with our charity family. I want to man to at this with wives and children. Local than wives, our wives and our children. How do you treat them? How do you relate with them? So I know the enjoy our own power. Own power no yo be pe ima se dada sawon mo wa tawon iyawo wa o ti se pataki. We have to. So, then, there's also another hadith here of teach your children how to pray when they are 7 years old. And if they do not pray by the age of 10, discipline them. Really, some of us, at 3 or 4 years old, some of you are killed and some of us do it. When you go to kill me, I'm going to do it. Bam! When you put this in the collection, I don't me. A child, how are you introducing the child to the beauty of Islam? Already, they're going to hear Islam as a beautiful thing. You see, Taba Western world, we have to balance the way we train our children. There is a way the Western world, some of you appreciate it. We call it gentle parenting. As Muslims, we have to be balanced. Because in detail, is 0 to 7, and one more masters. Only they do not understand anything. Àwa là ń fi ẹ̀kọ́ Islam kọ́ wọn. Afẹ́kọ́ mọ kọ́rí ẹwà tó wà nínú Islam. And we have to do it with care. So that àwọn ọmọ yẹn gan fúnra wọn, they will be so happy wanting to do Islam. But when they harshness, àti rò pé ọmọdún mẹ́rin, ọmọdún márùn-ún, ọmọdún. Ìwọ̀n ẹlòmí tó bá jí fún tààjú, yóò wá jí ọmọdún márùn-ún tó ń sùn lọ́wọ́. Jídé jọ! Mo kọ́ ẹni kìyàmù lẹ́yìn. Ọmọ ẹbí òfẹ́ ẹbí òbí ọmọ tí ó rá ọmọ ẹ̀rọ máa tọrọ gbẹ́mọ̀ rẹ̀. Adúnà, jílẹ̀. Ṣé àwádìí títọ́ ọmọ báwo nìyẹn? As much as a fẹ́ kọ́ wọn, bó ṣe máa ṣe ẹ̀sìn. Ẹ̀sìn tó ti kọ́ wa bá ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Dáàbà tẹ̀lé bọ́dà ẹ̀sìṣẹ́ kọ́ àyẹ̀ náà, we will still fail. Ọlọ́mọ yẹ ká fail yìí. Ọlọ́run ṣe àwọn ọmọ lórí Ramadan Barika, wọ́n tó máa gbé bánà Islam ní kọ́lọ̀ ṣe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa. But we have to be intentional in our parenting. Agbọ́dọ̀ pàtàkì ẹ̀ ká wò pé ká mọ̀ ọ̀nà tá a fẹ́ gbà láti ní títọ́ ọmọ bá ṣe bá rè wọ́n, nurturing them láti kékeré. A ti sọ fún wọn features in generation Gen Alpha àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké báyìí. Ẹnubílẹ̀ ti sọ fún wa pé tàbá nínú tẹ́lifíàtò àwùlád bringing of children is 0 to 7 masters. Kí ni master máa ń ṣe? Kódà jọ bí ẹ̀sán fún ìpínlẹ̀ mo ti ṣe rí lọ́kọ̀ mi tẹ̀ mọ̀ nígbà ìmọ̀ ní mo ní Bilal, come and go and pray. I'm not praying. If you don't pray, Allah will not give us biscuit. Allah will not give us sweet. You see all this biscuit and buy, it's Allah that is giving me money to buy it. Grandma, I will pray. So, let us understand this way. In 0 to 7 years, they are masters. So, gbogbo ọ̀nà títọ́ rírè náà máa ṣe yẹn. A gbọ́dọ̀ fi sọ́kàn pé ọ̀gá náà ló bí pé ìrànwọ́ wọ́n máa dictate fún wa ni ó lè ní iṣẹ́ kíní kan wọn ló wá máa mú àkùsí máa ṣàlàyé fún wọ́n ṣàlàyé fún wa á rọ̀ wá ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ onígbà máa dráàgì ó dráàgì ọmọ ọdún márùn-ún wá sí mọ́ṣáláṣí onítorí olóhùn ò ní kírun ó wá mẹ́gba ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ìná. So we have to know that. Then between ṣe mọ̀ pé nínú àdìsí náà ní pé tó bá pé 10 years if they don't pray we should do light beating. By that time a ti máa rí ọmọ yẹn a ti jẹ́ fún wọn nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Ọlọ́run. Tá bá jáde tá bá róṣù pàṣẹ pé look at the star look at the moon wo òṣùpá wo Ọlọ́run ló dá ọ a ní Ọlọ́run tó bá dọ̀ọ̀la tẹ́ bá jọ ń lọ mọ́mì òṣùpá tó ló dá Ọlọ́run. You will be telling them all the creations of Allah láti èjì yẹn introducing them tó máa tí ìgbàgbọ́ máa fi dúró lẹ́nu wọn tó wọn náà máa fi máa appreciate Ọlọ́run so that when you call them for anything they will be willing to join you in doing those things. Bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń tọ́ wọn ni kò ń ṣe alágídígídígídí tá a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọdún kan. Nothing is bad in us trying. There is nothing bad ọmọ tó gbọ́dún kan you put it down on the child's head kò sí nǹkan tó bad and try láti jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ yẹn grow up with it and if what you about grow up with it becomes part of you but there are instances that sometimes that the child will fling the hijab away and say I'm not using it. You can say okay when there's it I will wear it for you. You don't want to use it now? Identically. No, the two days to the other you're not feeling it again. You have put on your hijab. Let's go out. Oh my God. Then between 7 and 14 years, only can make it as if I'm a guide you. I'm a so ìdí tó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe báyìí. Ìdí tó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe báyìí. Ìdí ó máa pọ̀. I'm a bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. I'm a relate with them. This is why you have to do this. This is why you have to do this. This is why you have to do this. Then, láti 15 to 25, dialogue. Ẹ wo ibi that period láti máa ń get it wrong jù. Ìgbà yẹn la máa ń yọ kòbókò. Àná pamọ́ kò tó máa bá bí wa náà bí wọ́n ṣe kíní kan. Wo wà á mọ́kọ̀ ìyá rẹ̀ lónìí. Àwa nùnà. Nobody is left out. And that is why they become rebellious to us because of their generation of our own. Sometimes a child that ọmọ tó fẹ́ pé ti ẹ̀ lè believe pé ó lè ṣe àwọn kankan sí yín tó bá ti sùn pẹ̀lú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá BFC ágbà revolt ni ẹ̀dọ̀ máa lọ yọ̀dọ̀ máa lọ kí ló wọ́n ní èmi sí ẹ ọmọ lójú tí àsìkò age yẹn you don't embarrass them when you want to correct them and they are outside maybe amidst yourself òpònú ara ẹ̀ bó ṣe fi ráìsì jóná náà nìyẹn kúrò nínú ẹ̀yìn kan àwọn ìyá wa wòrè ẹ̀ wá lù ẹ ti rọ́bìṣẹ̀ ojú ẹ̀ wá tì í àwọn feel bad. Ìyá ni bàbá ọmọ yìí ẹ̀ mọ́ ọkọ tó ṣe lé lánàá ni gbogbo ọbẹ̀ ló fi jó mọ́tà ẹ̀yin náà ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ o mo ti ṣe tèmi ẹni ká tún pé ìyá mọ̀rìndíyà ẹ̀ wá gbọ́ wá gbọ́ mọ́tọ́ lọ́mọ yìí ṣe ìyá mọ̀rìndíyà náà ni ẹni ká pé ìyá mi náà ọwọ́ ti ṣúrọ́ ọmọ yà máa gbogbo ọmọdé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sọ́ńgbà yẹn kò ní gbọ́ yẹn àjẹsà mẹ́rin bí àwọn máa sọ fún wa ànúdẹ kọ́mọ̀ fún wa wọ́n sọ fún wa pé ẹ bá fi mí wéyàn kankan mi kí ló ń ṣe bí àdùbásídì àbí Mariam kan ló ń ṣe kíní kan tó ń ṣe kíní kan ẹ má fi mí wé Mariam is unique èmi náà wà unique they don't like it. Ẹ má fi wọ́n wé àwọn ọmọ mi. Even tó bá jẹ́ siblings. Everybody has his personality, you have to study àwọn ọmọ tó bí, kó dẹ̀ mọ̀ peculiarity wọn, kó dẹ̀ mọ̀ bó ṣe máa handle wọn. Ọmọ mi tó bá bá sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́, ọmọ mi ò ní bó ṣe máa gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe fún, tó máa fi gbọ́ ọ̀kan tó sọ, they cannot be the same. So that difference kìíní la máa lò in parenting. Tí kò dẹ̀ ní kíkan lọ́wọ́. So these are some of the ways that we thought, nǹkan náà wà rò ní pé báwo òbí tàwa ṣe tọ́ wa nìyẹn. Ṣé lè mọ̀ pé generation X là wá? Generation X versus generation Z and generation Alpha. Conflict máa wà náà because we don't have the same features. Ṣé o ti bá gbé kọ̀ǹpútà kalẹ̀? A máa sọ feature kọ̀ǹpútà ilé àtẹlé iṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí ṣe léyìn ò ṣe. Ká fẹ́ apply nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí ṣe pẹ̀lú ilé ṣó máa ṣiṣẹ́ kò ní ṣiṣẹ́. So our parents, our ìyá la gbọ́dọ̀ lọ wà intentional. Ó ti dé bá wa náà o. Àwa la gbọ́dọ̀ wá ká tún báwo ṣe máa sọ wọ́n ní ká tún kí ní wa dérò wa pa. It doesn't mean that we cannot train our children Islamically. But nítorí wọ́n bára wọn ní àsìkò yìí kò dẹ̀ sí ìkàkọ́ tó máa change. The Islamic understanding tàbẹ́ fún wọn. Kò ṣe pé bóyá ká reduce ẹ̀ là ń sọ. We are talking about methodology. Every one of us can know methodology wa kò sẹ́ni tó yọ kalẹ̀. Àtẹ̀kùn sọ̀rọ̀ àtàwọn káàkiri. Even sometimes, àrígbẹ́dọ̀ bá wà nílé, a máa ń ní conflict pẹ̀lú àwọn ọkọ wa nípa methodology that fẹ́ lò fáwọn ọmọ. Ìgbà míì àwọn máa rí pé sometimes táwọn ọkùnrin yẹn bá realize pé ọmọ tó náà yìí ò ní ìdàtí lò. A fẹ́ máa bàjá pé kí lẹ̀ sọ, kí lọ́nà kí ni ẹjọ́ o, èyí tí mo bá bí ní tèmi o. Ṣàbẹ́ ilé ìbímọ mi. Ẹ̀mọ́ bàyé mi jẹ́ o, èyí tí mo bá bí ló bá wọ yàrá mi. Ṣébí àwọn ọmọ ló ṣẹ̀wà, á tún wá di ìjà láàárín àwọn àtọkọ. No, á tún dìjà because the father ó fẹ́ pe àkíyèsí wa for the fathers. So, but àwọn ò ní fẹ́ gbà, àwọn òbò ń dì wá lọ́wọ́ in giving the right discipline to the child. So please, mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àtàwọn bíbá yìí, gbogbo wa láti di òbí. Àwa kan àwọn ọmọ wa jẹ́ alpha lọ́wọ́. Àwa kan Gen Z ọmọ wa wà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wà intentional about the training now. Ká gbọ́yé ká understand it. Ká wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá máa take step on how are we going to go about it. Tó yẹ pé àwọn bá fi dọ̀rẹ́ wa. So, the Prophet had made the above various sayings in respect of varying ages of age as he saw. So, in the last age, I need a lot of dialogue. And that one more. I think I was intentional about it. Come about also. We always want to win the argument. What should they go? But when there is that cordial relationship, there are a lot of things tó jẹ́ pé àwọn fúnra wọn ló máa gbé bá wa. But that is rọrùn jù. We will not be their friends. Well, they need to open up to us. Because a lot of them, lásìkò yẹn, they go through a lot of things. Wọ́n go through emotional all sorts. So wọ́n máa ní ìdí ẹni tó yẹ pé wọ́n lè bá sọ. Tó bá ti wá jẹ́ òkúròrò ní wọ́n àjẹ́ká máa ń jáde mọ́ all the time. Táà fẹ́ gbọ́n tó bá sọ. They will go out àbí social media máa fẹ́. Wọ́n lè text in social media. Oríṣiríṣi platform ló wà social media. If I am feeling like this, what can I do? Please, I need your advice. Gbogbo ọ̀nà ọmọ full advice. If my advice start here, they go there. I'm out. Even Islamic platforms. Come and invite our Mope. If you have any problem, join this group. We will do this, we will do that, we will help you out. See what you about in listening here at all. So I pay almost pay from what you have said, so kò ní wá sọ, kò ní wá bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ, outside náà ló máa gbé lọ. So let's look at some of these tips that will be okay for us in handling children in general, and the Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Parenting with love and mercy. Let us parent with love and mercy. Let us show affection. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fìfẹ́ hàn ọmọ wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wà kind. Ẹ jẹ́ ká care fún wọn. Let's avoid harshness and constant nagging. Àwọn ọmọ ọ̀sìn Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they respond better to love than fear. One like love, kò show ìfẹ́ sí wọn, than fear. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gently kama educate it. Let me just rush through. So another thing, open communication and listening. Allow them to express themselves, like gentle words and dialogue. Listen before correcting them. And that's Surah that's chapter 16 and 17. And when Allah was making a similitude about mustard seed, only in Kotofe PJ, it will be look one share address somewhere. These are some of the things I don't imagine. Oh my son, Yosef. Okone, Abike, Agbeke. Oh my son, Ummu. Don't be going to go see. Don't be moving like but you read that effect, that bond, to a poor and the way we are teaching them, no one should grow up to think that is the normal thing. When they start setting up their own family, show we grow up to think that way of life is the right thing. So Eric, what you first on the page, you must start sit along finish up with that when you put it inside the kidney, Allah said you will bring it forth. You see, they want you to establish in their mind that whether you are there or not, when you are in there, you go to you will whether so for you to know that whether your parents are there or not, you give accounts. It is seen by Allah. So whether you are present or you are not present, to cultivate, to inculcate the right thing. We need that step. Stop. That's what we are just trying to say. Fear. They are fearing us. So that whether we are there or not, whether we are there or very important. Then ensuring balanced discipline. Balanced discipline. Let's set clear rules, correct with wisdom and patience. Correct our wisdom and patience. They don't understand. If care is not taken, if you see your mama sorrow, you see one, you cannot imagine. You would have said a lot of wrong things from your mouth that you will be regretting. And we have to be very careful. Some of us, out of anger, out of yes, some of us out of anger, we say some of these things. We say it. So I think I very careful. Even though the weight of it be only cause the anger, but ká ṣe sùúrù lórí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ká wà intentional about it so that nǹkan míì kọ́ lọ́tún máa kọ́ sí fún wọn. Then parents be good role model. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ good role model fún wọn when we are parenting them. Ó lè máa ṣe nǹkan o expect gbogbo yẹn máa ṣe náà. There is a kind of way you are behaving but fẹ́ kọ́ mọ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí tó bá tó ẹgbẹ́ èèyàn dáadáa ní ẹ tó ń ṣe dáadáa tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn dáadáa nínú ilé yín tẹ́ ń ṣe dáadáa tó wọ́n sàwọn èèyàn nǹkan tó ọmọ yẹn náà máa cultivate nìyẹn but inú ilé wa láti máa tẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn kalẹ̀ láti máa sọ but we don't want those children to be like that. We are making a mistake. We children, especially our Gen Z àti kìíní, they learn more by example. Nǹkan tó bá ṣe wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lánàá. I was looking at one video níbi kìíní. Ọmọ yẹn àwọn òbí yẹn wá sọ fún ọmọ yẹn pé tó bá ti dàgbà, we will look for a good wife for you. Ọmọ yẹn ní, I don't want to marry you. I don't want somebody to be talking to me the way you talk to mommy anyhow. I don't want to marry. Mo tún rí àmọ́dá wọn, ọkùnrin yẹn jókòó. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀kan wá fẹ́ ṣèyàwó. Ó wá sọ fún one advice. Ó ní, obìnrin, you have to be patient with obìnrin o. Wọ́n máa tọ́ ẹ́ sùúrù o. Máa nà wọ́n ṣe dáadáa sí wọn o. Ọmọ ẹ̀ kékeré tó ń jókòó pé, bọ̀dẹ̀ yìí máa ń nà mọ́mí. Lójú ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn ló ti sọ. Ẹ̀yin máa ń nà mọ́mí ẹ̀ máa ń gbá létí. Ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn wá ní, ẹ kàn sọ ni ẹ̀ ṣe. So we must be good example to our children. Parents can be good role model. We should encourage responsibility and independence. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fún wọn ní responsibility. Ká máa fún wọn responsibility. Then let us teach them emotional control and patience. Let us help them to manage their anger, anxiety, and pressure. So, because of time, I want to conclude. So, in conclusion, in raising Gen Z and Gen Alpha children in particular, parents must use a balanced Islamic approach to parenting, and this comprises of a combination of instilling faith in children, showing love, discipline, communication, and good example, alongside the modern child psychology and parenting techniques. Also, very integral in an aspect is that parents must not be neglected about fervent prayers for their children. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣàdúrà o. Ká máa bẹ Ọlọ́run wá ìwé àtàbá rè wọ́n ká máa bẹ Ọlọ́run náà. Bẹ Ọlọ́run jọ bá wa tọ́ wọn sọ́nà o. Bá wa ṣe wọ́n lọ́mọ ọdún mọ́mọ dáadáa o. Jẹ́ wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tó máa gbọ́rọ̀ sí wa lẹ́nu o. Bá a fi fẹ́ Islam sí wọn lọ́kàn o. Ṣé wọ́n ní irinṣẹ́ Islam o. Gbogbo àdúrà yìí kò ní dákẹ́ o. Àmọ́ ṣe. So may Allah make our children upright, righteous, and comfort of our eyes. Rabbana ablana min azwajina wa zurriyyatina qurrata a'yun waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. Aqulu qawli hadha astaghfirullah li wa lakum.
So àkọ́kọ́ question ni pé ìyàwó age wo ló dájú fún láti ra fóònù ìtọ́jú what age ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ ní fóònù ara ti ṣe. My second question, nínú ẹtì fún wa láwọn techniques oríṣiríṣi tàbí parents, which one is the best approach for this parenting? Ẹ̀tọ́ fún wa pé a ní negative authoritative. So which one is the best technique for parenting? So that's my second question. My third question, what do you know? When you say, tí ọmọ tí ó jẹ́ pé sábà wo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn Gen Z á rí pé wọ́n láìpẹ́ because training táwa ní láti kékeré ni pé kò sí nature máa bèrè. Tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ tètè ṣe tó fẹ́ sí káàdù tó fẹ́ ṣàdúrà tó fẹ́ àti kó tètè sí. Ó lè tètè jí, ó lè rí bí ṣe káàdù tó ṣàdúrà tó fẹ́. Wọ́n tá bá sọ́ọ̀dì àwọn ọmọ wa tí ó wà ní méjì alẹ́ òun ló dà tó rọ̀ mọ́ lọ́rùn láti ṣe ìwòsàn akẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́. Most of them wọ́n làwọn fẹ́ kàwé lálẹ́, wọ́n làwọn fẹ́ ṣe assignment, wọ́n làwọn fẹ́ ka tírà, wọ́n làwọn fẹ́ ka Quran. Ní choice lọ́tọ̀ ní fẹ́ tètè sùn tó fẹ́ tètè jí láti ṣe ìwọ́ àdúgbò ṣe tájú. Ó láti wò pé kó lọ sùn, ó fi wọn ka ẹ̀lẹ̀. So ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n bá ti bá wọn ṣàtàlẹ̀ tó ṣe gbogbo tó ṣe wọ́n ṣe nǹkan míì. Nǹkan tí àwọn padà rí ní pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ẹ bá jí wọn èyí tọ́nà bá kẹ́ ó ju fúnra rẹ̀ tó bá ti mọ́ lára tó mọ̀ tètè. Èyí tí kò bá lè mú mọ́ra wọ́n ju wàhálà fún àti jí fún àdúrà ẹsẹ̀ tó pọ̀ jù wọn ti dé. Ẹ máa ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti tẹ bá lẹ pọ́ọ̀tù wọn ti dé tó kí tààjú tó kí àdúrà tó bá ti kírun tó owó wọn fún wọn torí wọn ní fún lásìkò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ni pé kí la lè ṣe ó fi jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa tó àbálà gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe wọ́n ti ṣe wọn wọ́n rí ṣe àtúntò fún wọn ní lẹ́tọ̀ tó yẹ kí wọ́n sùn kán rẹ̀. My first question náà bí rò ẹ̀dá wọ́n ní pé bàbá tó jẹ́ pé títí ẹ̀ ní pé ó tà ní káwọn lọ kírun ẹ lọ gbé Kùránì ẹ lọ bí tààjú kò sí ìtàn ní kò fẹ́ tó tó kàn pẹ̀lú tó yá kọ́ lórí tẹ́lẹ̀ ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìṣòwò yìí. Lóòótọ́ àwọn olùwárí ìgbà jẹ́ nínú ìyàwó tó gbé ó rò pé ìgbà ó tún jẹ́ ìwádìí báwọn gbà yìí ìgbà ló pé ẹ̀ka lóru àti ìgbà bàbá láìsí ẹ̀ náà ló wá tó báyìí ìgbà náà tí wọ́n sọ̀kan tó dáa pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó dáa tó náà wọ́n wá ti jáde lẹ́nu ìbàjẹ́ ìṣílẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti jáde kúrò àtẹ́tẹ́ tó kọ́ táyà nínú ìdí ìgbè tí ilé ìwé ló dá àwọn ọmọ ọ̀gbẹ́ tó náà máa wò máa fún ìgbàgbọ́ àwọn ọlọ́wọ́ tó bí bá tọ̀kan ní ìgbà tí ìfọwọ́ tó fún àbáyé ti ẹ̀ tó ń sá sí tó wò ní ìlú láàrin.
Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ pé níjọ́ àdájá náà ló wà lóde ẹ̀sọ́ ẹ bá wa wòye torí wípé ìdánilẹ́yìn tó fẹ́ papọ̀ lára wa àwọn náà lẹ́yìn tó wà ní ẹ̀sọ́ níjọ́ lọ́nà tó ń pọ̀ sí èyí níjọ́ ìsáré tó wà. Àwọn ọmọ ìlú fún ara wọn ọlọ́run ní àwọn ẹni tó máa ń wà fún ọ̀ṣẹ́kì láwọn ẹni ló fún ara wọn. Economic situation wà fún ọ̀ṣẹ́kì. Environment was frustrating, offline was frustrating. The environment, the environment was somehow slowly low by the
It is best to go back to the secondary school. You need to be somewhere in the pay. There is a lot of things at that level. To manage and financial, you register for work. You need a room machine down. You need to do a lot of things. But Tabara at that period, and it's controlled. Àti báwo sọ, wọ́n ti pé káwọn máa ń bá àwọn ọ̀sán tó ríra fọ́nà tó bá jáde SS3. Tó bá jáde náà, máa ní control. When you use it wrongly, I will seize it. Now seize it. Let's enter into agreement. Àjọ tọwọ́ pọ̀ mi tí bá ti rí ẹ tó ń lò rọ́ọ̀kì máa gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sísè so ìyẹn bàbá so we can do that but occasionally now wọ́n máa lò rọ́ọ̀kì then you seize it láti lè fi correct náà ni bí ìrákìlì ìpẹ́kọ̀ máa lò ẹ́ ní àwọn go and carry your kó tí ṣe kò rọ́jà ẹ̀ abọ́wà kitchen tó yẹ kó fọ̀ ó fọ̀ ó ń tẹ́ fóònù bá gbé tó bá ti ṣe tán kó wá gbé so that is a correction but it's better during that after secondary school because all move lọ sí higher institution and there is no way to máa lóò nira fóònù fún higher institution wọ́n máa send the PDF ó máa lọ sí class ó máa ṣe assignment ó máa but tó bá yẹ pé we should have done a lot of assignments ká jẹ́ kó máa mọ the dangers in social media. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ máa jẹ́ ìgbẹ́gbẹ́ máa fi ṣe tàbí ìmúlé ahead of the time tó yẹ pé a máa pa fún wọn ní fóònù and tá bá ti tara fóònù fún wọn náà we still have parental role that mama play tá bá ti misuse them we have to sanction them by seizing it and they sọ fún wọn reason tàbí because they always want to know reason àbí ó yẹ nípa fóònù mi wọ́n ń gbàgbọ́ tó lọ kírun lásìkò ó dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ kírun fóònù kọ́ lọ lọ́rùn náà ó gbọ́dọ̀ gbogbo tí wọ́n bá ti gbé dání lásìkò òun ó ti sọ́jọ́ ọlọ́run ni torí ọlọ́run ju kíní yẹn lọ ìwọ́n dẹ̀ ti gbé dání lásìkò ó bí ipò tí fẹ́ máa worship èyí yẹn kò nígbà tí wọ́n máa gbé kíní kan tó bá ń worship ẹ̀ there is so many things tí wọ́n lè worship ó ti ń worship fóònù ó ti fẹ́ di shirk bá mi gbé kó lọ kírun ṣe ọ̀dẹ̀sán tó bá ti kírun tán ó wá tẹ̀lé so jẹ́ bí yẹn ṣe jẹ́ then the second question wọ́n ní kí ni the best parenting approach ṣé ní àwọn parenting approach that's one we are going to balance it a máa lo positive parenting a máa lo authoritative parenting a máa lo Islamic so a máa máàjì ẹ̀ papọ̀ tí òfin ní negativity ṣé ẹ̀ gẹ́ẹ̀tì kan tí mo sọ that is we cannot buy because there are some Islamic values that ma fẹ́ inculcate a gbọ́dọ̀ wà láàárín èyí tó kọ̀ máa wà jẹ́ negative la gbọ́dọ̀ try láti fi ká wà neglecting ká wà authoritarian ká try láti remove that but all other ones it can be a combination. It can be a combination. Bó bá ṣe ní situation bá ṣe warranty lè ṣe máa lò. Tí a bá need àti ṣe helicopter, need it. Even some of us, problem helicopter bá ṣọ́ra àtàwọn ọmọbìnrin àtàwọn ọmọkùnrin, they will have problem when they get married. Because àwa tó yẹ pé a ti níyàwó, ìyàwó ọmọ, tó yẹ pé helicopter la fẹ́ máa ṣe máa tẹ́ o. Tell them about to marry, leave them, let them live their life. Just guide them. But some of us, I have to think about stages in life. Àwọn ọmọ wa ọkùnrin tó marry, they have to build their life. Àwọn náà láti máa ṣe ṣọṣọṣọṣọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ àtàwọn ọmọ àbí fún ọlọ́run sílẹ̀ kí ló dé. Let them live their life. We can be guide, a lè máa guide wọn. But ẹgbẹ́ ìjẹ̀ka máa tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ yòó tó wá ní ríròlù. They will not know how to relate with their wife. Àwọn ọmọ sọ fún wọn bó ṣe máa relate pẹ̀lú ìyàwó. Àwọn ọmọ sọ fún wọn oúnjẹ tó máa jẹ. Àwọn ọmọ sọ fún wọn bóyá kọ́ fún ìyàwó olówó. Bá ṣe ń sọ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹ̀dínkù fún ilé dáàbà ṣọ́ra dáwà náà bá wà careful. It should be happening within us and we have to stop it. Ẹ jẹ́ ká understand pé we are moving stage by stage. Táwọn ọmọ bá ti lọ ní ọkọ̀ tó ti ní ìdíyà àbí ọkọ̀ ọmọ. Ká má interfere too much but that does not mean that we should not guide them. If you want to let them use their own brain, let them be independent. We can pray for them and guide them. So allow Allah. Then ẹlẹ́kẹta nípa àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ pé wọn kì í tètè sùn lórí ṣẹ́rí every home we must set rules. A gbọ́dọ̀ set rules. Àwọn awala bí wọn, àwọn kan lọ bí wọn. Tàbá sọ pé wọ́n ní ọwọ́ ọmọ kékeré ò tó pẹpẹ lágbàlagbà. Àwọn ọmọ Gen Z dà sọ pé kò gbé stúùlù. Tó bá gbé stúùlù. But a máa set rules. A gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ní nínú ilé. A jẹ́ kó mọ̀, a ní tàbí session, a ní everything. A gbọ́dọ̀ ní time tó máa sùn. Tó ẹgbẹ́ àwọn tó wà láyé institution, máa tọ̀ ní máa sọ máa tọ̀ rẹ̀. Olóòrùn ṣe àṣàmẹ́ntì fóònù máa bí ní sùn máa máa jìdé lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá máa mú ṣe lọ́yà kan ọmọ jẹ́dé tó bá wáyá tó bá ti sú mi máa dá sí ọ̀dọ̀ tẹ́ríà ṣẹ́gbẹ́ bá mú fóònù yẹn lọ sùn mú fóònù yẹn kó lọ sùn kí lẹ́ ń tẹ àṣàmẹ́ntì wo ló ṣe àdìgbò mi mo ṣe àṣàmẹ́ntì lórí títí lọ sùn jọ lọ́wọ́ jẹ́ fún súnmù ìsìn ẹ̀ ní dìde máa mú yàrá mi tí má máa fi padà lọ ó ti sùn. So we have to balance it. Kò ṣe pé we just ìgbà tó bá nídìí pé ká ṣe nǹkan tó bá yẹ ká ṣe à ṣe à set rules à dẹ̀ fún wọn boundary. Our are very tactical in the way we use. That's what we are saying. It doesn't mean that we should leave discipline undone. Shall I get to the but I should not go to the but I move on. You can get the latter and call lawsuit. But I just in our own shaking and then would that your lawsuit. Oh, I wish I done if I was right. Oh, you will not make it in a very strict or I say now that I'm a very phone by the way. Tó bá rí fóònù tẹ̀mọ́ yóò sùn. So bá ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn ṣe ti get ṣé mo answer question yìí? Now then further nípa iṣẹ́ ilé pé òògùn tó kàn fún wa ṣe rí àti bá ṣe ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ káàdì tiwọn. Àwọn bàbá náà gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Àwọn ọmọkùnrin wa náà máa gbọ́dọ̀ ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Tàbá tírèèni àwọn ọmọbìnrin kan wà màṣàlá. Àwọn ọmọkùnrin kan máa lọ bá nílé. It takes two to tango. Ṣé wọ́n rí àwọn jẹ́nsì nìkan tó mú wọn náà gbọ́dọ̀ wà intentional ìbáta àwọn ọmọkùnrin wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bá àwọn bàbá sọ̀rọ̀. Tí ọlọ́run tó lóun máa fún àwọn kan lọ́mọkùnrin kan tí ò ní fún wọn ní kankan yẹn lẹ́yìn ọmọkùnrin. Tó bá yẹ kó ọmọkùnrin lára bí kò ní ṣiṣẹ́ lé. Kò ní bọ́bọ́. Kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ gbálẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọkùnrin tèmi máa ń bá mi lé bẹ́ẹ̀dì. Wọ́n jẹ́ were intentional about it. Not that I don't have girl children. Wọ́n bá mi lé bẹ́ẹ̀dì. Yóò sì lé ẹ̀ dáadáa. In fact, mo ní ọmọ kan ó wà sùn. Ó ní ọdẹ lé bẹ́ẹ̀dì tó obìnrin lọ. Bá mi lé ẹ̀ lérí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó ní ọba òun lé bẹ́ẹ̀dì. Kò bá wà jẹ́ kéèyàn kan máa bú mi tó bá dọ̀nà. Mi ò lè jẹ́ kéèyàn kan bú mi o. Wọ́n ní wọ́n mi ò train ẹ̀ dáadáa. Yes. Báwo obìnrin ò lè sọ? Ṣé à lè sọ ni? Ṣé à lè sọ ni?
A máa ń sọ.
A máa sọ? Sọ ẹgbẹ́ mọ́mí ẹ̀ kò ní sọ mọ́mí ò ní gbọ́. Ó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ nínú bedroom mi. Mọ́mí ẹ̀ train ẹ̀ dáadáa gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké. Wọ́n tọ́ kankan sí ẹ lára bí eré bí àwàdà wọ́n tún kí ìsìn àbẹ̀ wọn ti sọ́dún.
No one should tell me how to train my children. Because the one she trained, I'm coping with it.
I'm coping with it. Ṣẹ́gẹ̀ tó gbogbo àwọn chọ́ọ̀sì yìí, àwọn ọmọdé sí ìdògbà láti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀wọ̀n. Ẹsẹ̀ kí ló dé? Màá fàbọ̀, màá wá dé láti go mẹ́jọ. Bí mi nílé sọ fọ́kọ mi pé, dear, please let me put spaghetti on fire. Ìwọ ìyọ́gbọ́n wọn ni pé, tó bá dé wàá wá dáná ni o, oṣù ọmọ mi ló máa sè é. O jẹ́ ń tẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kan, náà sì jọ. So ẹ jẹ́ ká tún àwọn ọmọkùnrin wa dáadáa. Ẹni tó bá mọ oúnjẹ jẹ, ó yẹ kó lè sọ oúnjẹ o. Ó yẹ kó mọ oúnjẹ sè. Kò ṣe torí kankan. Sometimes ìyàwó lè ní morning sickness. Ó lè máa wà nínú ọ̀sẹ̀ àwọn òbí.
Àlejò program náà àsílé àwọn ilé.
Nísìnyí àsílé. So ẹjọ́ nítorí ọdún. Àwọn dáńtẹ́ lọmọkùnrin tó yẹ pé àwọn ọmọbìnrin nínú ilé we are not just. Ọmọbìnrin òun ló máa gbẹ́lẹ̀. Òun ló máa fabọ́ àwọn ọmọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́ òjòkó báyìí. Àwọn òkè ń fabọ́ wọn kì í ṣe kankan. It's not a good training. It's not a good training. Bá ṣe ń train ọkùnrin ká máa train obìnrin. Ká jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ ilé àwọn gbogbo ọmọ wa ní wọ́n. Ọlọ́run ló dẹ̀ fún wa. Àtọ́jú ọmọ náà ló fún àwọn kan lóbìnrin. Tó bá wọn náà á fún àwọn kan lọ́kùnrin. Tó bá wọn náà á mixẹ̀. Tó bá wọn náà kò ní fún yàn rárá. Fúláhùn lọ́lá ni. Kò ṣe bí wọ́n ṣe wa. So ìjọ nítorí Ọlọ́run àwọn àtàtì lọ́mọkùnrin ẹjẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí train wọn dáadáa báyìí. Ká máa fún wọn ní chance ká lè yẹ kí àwọn parents àwọn ọkọ wa náà mọ̀ pé ó ṣe pàtàkì kí àwọn náà mọ one or two things ṣe. Wọ́n máa lọ sáàbò ọtọ́ márì náà àwọn tó máa gbé wọn sí. Wọ́n máa fún wọn ní room hostel. So it's very important kí ọmọ kan ṣe Salaam alaikum. Salaam alaikum.
sọ yìí ṣáàrí whether we like it or not we have to take it very serious honestly it's an injustice on the girls gender ó jẹ́ kọ́ àwọn nìkan là ń train láà train ní àwọn ọmọ àti àwọn ọkùnrin train àwọn ọkùnrin láti train ìjọ àgbàgbèrè àwọn ẹgbẹ́ máìkì sẹ́nu ìjọ máìkì
are subject to torture under this law because àwọn tó wà bá rè àwọn ni wọ́n tó kọ̀ fún wọn. Mo àtàǹkì mọ́dà gbè tí ò ṣe pè mọ́ alájà òṣìṣẹ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ àmìlà àmìlà kọ́mú wà bẹ́ẹ̀ àti àbúrò Adams wà bẹ́ẹ̀. I said this thing I'm saying. Ibi tí mo lè sọ pé alájà òṣìṣẹ́ sọ bí wọ́n ṣe ń tọ́ àwọn ọmọ ọkùnrin bàbá ẹ̀. Ó ní bọ́ọ̀mù ọkùnrin bá ti wá dàgbà. Ìyáde wà ní pé òòlù dákọ̀kọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà fẹ́ yàwó. Ó ní sẹ́yìn ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ìyàwó bá dé. Àbí wọ́n ní kọ́lá ní kọ́lá ní dáké. Òòlù máa ga ọmọ tó kùtẹ̀. Òòlù ká. Ọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́ yàwó. Tí wọ́n ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ ní bá rí ọ̀rọ̀. Ipò ẹwà ní láti ní kẹsí ìwọ̀n fún máa ṣe rí ilé. Àná láti ní kẹjẹ́ kọ́ ṣe tó bá pẹ̀lú ìyàwó wọn. Ó mú bí wọ́n ṣe fún ilé o, tó bá dé ilé ọmọ rẹ̀, tó bá bọ́kọ ọmọ rẹ̀ tí ń ṣe nǹkan lọ́wọ́. Ara yóò fi tán o. Tọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni mo méjèèjì.
Náà tó bá jí ní ìṣẹ́jú ni wọ́n máa ṣe nílé. Tó bá báyàwó ẹ̀mí ọkọ ọmọ ọkùnrin tó báyàwó ṣe é. Wọ́n máa fi ìbátan bá tù.
Ṣẹ̀rí lórí conflicting lórí conflicting parents. Àwọn ìyá àti bàbá tó ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn yẹn. Ṣẹ̀rí níbi títọ́ mọ, you must go the same direction. If you don't go the same direction, you have failed. Ẹ ti fail. Olórúkọ méjì. Ẹ ti fail. You have to you have to settle the conflict between you. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn ti divide the night. You have to pray or kẹlọ intentional kẹlọ revisit that relationship. Kò sí ìkànnì abẹ́sọ̀. You have to just pray and go and revisit it. Ọ̀nà tẹ́ máa gbà tẹ́ máa fi gbọ́ra yín nínú ẹ̀ so that the children will know that you are speaking in one voice. That is the best. Ọ̀nà tí wọ́n lè gbà tí wọ́n fi lè rọmọ tọ́ nìyẹn. Tí òbí èyí bàbá bá ti ń lọ báyìí, tí ìyá ń lọ báyìí, you have missed it. Àti miss it. Now, then lórí emotional control. Sharing marriage is challenging. Child upbringing is challenging. The environment is challenging. Shewari as a Muslim, àti mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ti sọ fún wa pé He has created us